Right, hello and welcome back to another Villa on Tour video. As you can see, in again a very different location, Hockley Social Club, not that far from the Jewellery Quarter. If you ever want any street food, beers, literally it's a great space. This is, again, thank you so much for letting us film here. Always very decent. So today we are going through the squad and we're going to say keep or sell or loan. Essentially we've got a trusty bucket hat here with all the names of the Villa squad in there. I hope they don't fall out because they're all very small. We're going to take them out one by one and sort of say keep or sell, what we do with them in this summer. It's important to mention we're filming this before the Brighton game, so we don't know if we've got Europe or haven't got Europe. Hopefully we have. But yeah, here are the names. We're going to take them through one by one and say what we do with them. If you do disagree with us, let us know in the comments, get involved, let us know what you're thinking. Smash a like on the video if you do want to enjoy it. Without further ado, let's get into it. So Simon, I'll let you take the first pick. Go for it, don't lose any names there. Who have you got? Give him a little shuffle.
A shuffle round.
Feels like
it's the bottom of it.
Yeah, feels like a game show, this does.
It does.
Go on, who have we got?
Right, first one, I've got, controversial one.
Controversial.
Bertrand Traore.
What do you reckon? It's a tough one with Bertrand Traore. I think, obviously called him back in January. To be honest, I don't see him sticking around.
No, I think the wing position will be the position that we look to really strengthen in terms of getting a consistent, really high quality player.
Not going to get a look in.
I think Bailey will become your sort of your sort of rotation player, and that means that Traore will be on his way, I think.
Right, I'll go again. Give it a little shuffle. So we decided on Bertrand Traore is leaving Villa. Next one, Marvellous Nakamba. Sell. I mean, he's had a decent spell at Luton. I've heard very good things about him at Luton, but he's not going to get a look in, is he?
I think if Luton get promoted, I'll probably want to keep him as well.
Take that, yeah.
So yeah, we might get a few million for Marvellous. So he's had a decent loan spell, so yeah, probably sell. Right,
go on then, Simon. Next one. What do we reckon? Go for it. Who have we got?
We've got this is going to be an easy one. We've got a Jed Steer.
A man who's a friend of the channel. We love him. He will always go down in our hearts for what he did against West Brom and again against West Brom. He's longest serving player. Yeah. It's time to go. In injuries, it's just time to go.
Yeah, he's been at the club for a decade. Been very, very unlucky with injuries. But what a run he had in that playoff sort of run we had.
He's a Villa legend, then he just will. I don't know about legend, but cult hero.
Cult hero. And he did a lot of good work, especially in that playoff time, and we're all grateful for him for that. And he's a great man. And I hope he goes away and gets some first team football.
Just stays injury
free and has some first team football, because the lad's had some rotten luck over the years. And so as we know, he's leaving Villa on a free transfer. But 10 years of Jed Steer.
It's mad. That is mad. Right, we'll go again. Who have we got then? Easy one. Tyro Mings. We've done a video previously. Go and check that out if you haven't already, of our end of season player awards. This man, Tyro Mings, mine and your player of the season. Yeah. He'll be starting next season, I think, without a doubt.
Definitely, totally agree. He's a integral part of Villa and what Unai Emery's trying to do.
Yeah, easy choice.
Right, Mike.
Who've we got?
Ashley Young.
Now this is an interesting one. Ashley Young, we both love him. It's just a case of, is he going to get that new contract?
I think he's got it. I think he's got it because of his performances and what he brings, really, and what he brings to the group, his experience. Keep for me. New contract, another 1 year contract. Keep.
Why not? Keep him around the place. Experience. He can play anywhere. Why not? Well, we obviously recorded that before the news broke that Ashley Young would be leaving Aston Villa at the end of his contract. So I'm sad. I really thought he'd get another deal. I did. You know our thoughts. You've just seen it. We thought he'd get another deal. I'm sad. It's going to be interesting to see what he does now. Whether he becomes a coach at Villa, which I'd love. I'd absolutely love that. Of course, he'd be great to have around the place. Or he goes for one last challenge somewhere. I'm not sure. But a very, very tough time as a Villa fan at the moment to see one of those players who people have grown up with, like me. I've grown up with Ashley Young, and between his two spells, he's just been incredible. He's a great professional, a great bloke. I've met him a couple of times. He's a genuinely lovely bloke, and he's Mr. Villa, isn't he? He's proper Villa. So shame to see him go, but all the best, Ashley Young, whatever he goes on to do. Top man. Right, my go then. Who have we got? Ollie Watkins. I mean, there was this absolute nonsense talk about Bayern Munich being interested, but he's not going anywhere, is he? I don't think.
No, he'll sign a new deal, surely, won't he? And he's been great. I mean, Emery's really got a tune out of him as in the second half of the season, and I'm sure he'll be Villa starting forward next year.
There's a lot of talk about, yes, Villa are going to go out and sign a number 9 for certain. What does that mean to Ollie Watkins? Because I think he can play sort of in that outside forward sort of role, can't he? That Leon Bailey's sort of picking up now. So he'll be around it, but I think there'll be another presence up there to sort of give him that rivalry next season.
Maybe, but I think if people are expecting like a sort of a real top level striker to come in, I don't see that happening, because How would you interest somebody to do that? Oh, you're going to be playing sort of second fiddle to Ollie Watkins,
who scored 14, 15 Premier League goals.
I think that's going to be tough. So it'd be interesting to see what happens. I think Villa will go down more of the route of buying like a hybrid, sort of like a winger, striker sort of player. So I think Ollie will be the main man still next season. There you go.
Ooh, a lone boy,
Jadon Philogene.
I think it's one of them where we've talked about Villa need to be sustainable. I think it's one of them where you get some money.
Yeah. He's a good talent. He's had a good year for Cardiff. I think they've really been impressed by what he's done there. But I kind of feel like he might have found the level a little bit where he's supposed to be at. And so I think maybe this summer's time for Villa to probably cash in. Yeah,
if we're being realistic, like you said, that's the sort of area for the pitch that we need to invest in the first team squad. He's not going to get a look in, and again, I think it's one of them where a couple of million, do you reckon? Maybe $1 million, something like that. Just any form of cash to sort of boost FFP and all that crap. We need to sell players. Yeah. So I think it's pretty much a shoo-in that Jadon Philogene will be leaving Villa this summer. I'll go again then. Again, another lone boy, Tim Irubinum. QPR have had an interesting season. They started really well and then just felt like they didn't win for months and months and months. Heard some decent things about Tim. Had a slow sort of end to the season, but I think with Tim it sort of depends on, I don't know, what do you want to do? Because I think at that age he needs to play first team football, but then if we've got European football, is he one of them that can sort of be a decent little backup? I'm not sure. Again, I think it's one of them that depends on what Villa are doing and how many games we play next season.
I feel like we're going to sign another midfielder, which I think will mean that Tim gets another year out on loan. I feel like that's probably the best thing for him. Last year was his first year.
Still very young.
Very young. He was in a struggling QPR side. I'd like to see him in a better side, really. I'd like to see him at a side towards like top end of the Championship and see what he could do. Some like where like a Norwich or something like that.
Like a Middlesbrough, like Camacho
or something like that, But I think another loan for Tim personally. Next up then, Callum Chambers.
Ooh, I think he might move on. I think he'll move on.
Yeah, I think there was whispers in January that he could move on, and I think Villa will probably be targeting another centre half. So I think Callum will move on permanently. To be honest,
I think his sort of level would be top range Championship. I think someone could get a decent little centre back there. Maybe I was going to say Southampton. When they brought like James Breen or someone in the lower sort of echelons of the sort of Premier League who are panicking a little bit, need a bit more depth. Right then, who have we got next then? Piling through these, we've got Sinisalo, big fan of the channel. When I went to go meet the players one time, he came up to me and went, "Hello, Villa on tour," like really excited. So I've got a lot of time for Sinisalo. He's a top lad. He seems really nice when I met him. So I think he'll be third choice, do you reckon, next season? I think we'll talk about the second choice situation, but I think stick around. He seems highly rated. He went on loan to Burton, didn't he, this season? Third choice.
Yeah, potentially. I think it depends what happens with the goalkeeping situation in terms of backups. But I'd like to see more of him. Really, I'd like to see him. I'd like to see him progress into our number 2 at some point because he's highly rated. He's played for he plays for like Finland and stuff.
Been around a while as well, hasn't he?
Yeah, so I'd like to see him. I would like to see him a little bit more of him, really. So yeah, probably stick around as number 3. I'd say. Next up is Cameron Archer.
Big one, big one. Now, a few months ago, I would have said potentially someone that you cash in on. But what more does he need to do to get like a run in the first team? Like genuinely, he's been out a couple of times now, scored goals. What more does he need to do?
I feel like it's a bit of a dangerous game selling someone who's so sort of a naturally gifted sort of finisher. I feel like it's always a bit of a dangerous game doing that. I think for me, he needs to be in and around it next season.
Big pre-season, I think, for Cam Archer.
And I feel like Unai Emery's setup suits Cam Archer in a way, though. I look at him and I think if you give the ball to him in that 6-yard space, he'll more likely than not score. Yeah. It reminds me of Watkins in a way, probably a bit of a better finisher, but I'd keep Archer around.
When you've got talent like that belongs to you and he's done it, you've got to give him a chance. You have how easy is it to get a natural goal scorer? It's not, is it really? Right, so I think we're keeping Cam Archer, do you reckon?
I think so, yeah. Keep Archer around.
Lovely. Big year for Cam Archer, I reckon. Who have we got next then? Emi Martinez sticks around. I think European football, if we have got it, I hate doing this because if we haven't, this is horrible. But I think if we have got European football, that's enough for Emi Martinez. I think 1 or 2 more years, you might start to hear a little bit more about him wanting to do something. But again, it's one of them that who takes him? Who takes him?
I think he sticks around purely because Villa will be demanding big money. He's got like a long time left on his long-term contract. Villa will be demanding big money, and it's whether clubs out there will pay the money for for Martins that what we want. I'm assuming we'd want what 70, 80 million.
You think so?
For the best goalkeeper in the world, surely. So I don't see him moving on. I think he'll be with us.
Nah, he's got to be. I think, and he's settled here. He's got his friends, that little sort of South American Spanish sort of group. They've got Luis, Moreno, Buendia, whatever, Coutinho if he sticks around as well. So I think he's got his kids here. He's lived in the country for a very long time. I think he sticks around.
Next one. Can't grab one. Keenan Davis.
Go.
I think this is simple. He's been around for a very long time now.
The quickest one we've done.
Needs to be in the championship.
Yeah, Keenan Davis. Unfortunately, he's got to go. Morgan Sanson again. Go. Like,
yeah.
Easy enough. Sorry, it's your go. That's just rattling through these now.
Yeah, Sanson's he's gone on loan. He's done quite well at Strasbourg, but probably found his level again. We need to cut our losses, don't we? Next out the hat is. I thought that said Ashley Westwood then. I was really confused.
No, I'll tell you what's happened. I've written on this piece of paper Wesley, because I cannot believe that he's still contracted to Aston Villa Football Club.
Wesley, I mean, keep all that. No, he's
Watkins out, sell Wesley in.
No, he's obviously he now's the time, isn't it?
Can you believe he cost us £26 million?
Well,
it was our record signing.
Yeah, it was at the time.
That is bonkers, mate.
Yeah, just didn't work, did it? So
no, sorry, Wes, big Wes. Leo Dendoncker, pretty self-explanatory. I think he's a very decent squad player. Played a lot of football this season. Kamara with his injuries. I think he's done all right. Steady Eddie.
Yes, he's come into the team, done a really good job. And he's a good player to have around. Quite versatile as well. He can play at the back, can play midfield. So you keep Dendoncker definitely.
Yeah.
Next up, Diego Carlos. Again, simple. That big money signing. I haven't really seen a lot of him because of his unfortunate injury, and so we really want to see what he's all about next season.
Yeah, big pre-season.
Absolutely keep.
Just stay fit pre-season and just rival Conster and Mings next season. Because I think not that they need to kick up the arse, but I think it'll be good for everyone involved really if we've got Diego Carlos fit and firing. Boubacar Kamara, self-explanatory. Next season is a big season for him. He's going to be pivotal in that midfield, isn't he?
Yeah, one of our most important players. So Kamara will play a big role in Villa's future. So yeah, absolutely.
Easy peasy.
Next up is Philippe Coutinho.
Now, that is an interesting one.
That one.
It is an interesting one. We talked about it in the end of season awards show. It's a tough one with Coutinho. I've said in that video that I want to see more of Coutinho under Emery. I just want to see that sort of running the team because he did it against Arsenal. That was a really good game that he had. Yes, he got voted as the disappointment of the season, but I just want to see one more swan song from Coutinho under Emery.
I'm going to go the other way, and I'd say that if we could get a decent amount of money for him, and it would be if the deal worked out for the club and for him, I'd let him go. I don't think that will happen, by the way. I think he probably will stick around, but if it was up to me, I probably would allow him to go. Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised either way with Coutinho. Like, it's just one of them. Just one of them. He's our right back. He's our number 2. Matty Cash sticks around, I think. I think he's still got a way to develop. I really like Matty Cash. I think he sticks around. I think right back is probably an area we look at just for depth reasons. Someone to rival Matty Cash, but I like him.
Yeah, 100% sticks around. 100% sticks around for me. Again, it's like if you sold Matty Cash, it's like how much would you have to spend to replace him with anything better? So yeah, Matty Cash stays for me, and as you say, probably adding somebody to give him a little bit more competition, probably.
Yeah.
Next up is Emi Buendia. This could be a little bit of a debate because I think. I like Buendia. I think he brings a lot to our team, and I like the fact that he takes risks. He takes risks with playing. He sees those balls, doesn't he? And he doesn't always make them. Sometimes he gives the ball away, which we know, and he can be frustrating with the extra touch he takes. I still think he's key. I have a feeling with Buendia he might move in towards being sort of like a squad player rather than a definite starter every week.
I think he's been good when he comes off the bench. I think that Everton game away, I think he's one of them that get him fired up, sort of competition for places. I think he could be one of them that would look good off the bench. I think he's got another level to go through. I think for our record signing that came in a couple of years ago, he's got another level. I just want to see it.
Yeah, but he sticks around because he's quite young still. He sticks around and he's still a vital cog in the team. So yeah, Buendia stays.
Yeah, I agree. Ezri Konsa, self-explanatory, stays. I think he's in that sort of Diego Carlos, Mings, Konsa. That's the trio of sort of first team level centre backs that are going to be competing next season.
Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah, Konsa's a shoe-in just to stay.
Big fan of Konsa. Shout out Konsa.
Next up is our star boy Jacob Ramsey.
Sticks around for now. Don't want another Grealish situation, but yeah, for now he's one of the most vital players in the team.
Sticks around forever for me. He's a Villa boy. He's not going anywhere.
Build the statue now.
Yeah, JJ is such a key part of how we play, and he's just come on leaps and bounds. So JJ, massive vital cog in the Villa team.
Getting low on numbers now. Who have we got? I can't believe he's at Villa as well. He seems like he's got a more interest in music than he does football. Courtney Hawes, all you see on Instagram is like fashion, music. Fair enough, you can do what you want to do. I just don't think he has an interest in football, to be honest.
Yeah, but to be fair though, that might be like this in the second half of the season, because he was dumped by Watford. Watford don't want him, but he's dumped by Villa. Villa don't want him. He hasn't been registered for any club in the second half of the season.
Has he not? Because he was on the Villa website. That's where I got all these names from.
No, but he's not. No, but I mean, like in terms of like registered for like your squad.
Oh, he's not in the squad.
Okay. Like I know he had the injury, but obviously then Watford wanted to send him back to Villa. Villa wouldn't allow it because obviously they'd signed into a deal for the season. So essentially he's still on loan at Watford, but they don't want him, so he's nowhere. So I feel a bit sorry for him in that respect, because he probably deserves more than that. He's not been bad for Villa, has he?
No. Do you remember when people were like, Hawes must start over Mings and all that sort of thing?
Yeah.
The hipster's choice, Courtney Hawes, but he's got to go.
He needs to move on. Luca Dean.
Yeah, interesting one with Luca Dean. I think it's nice to have that competition with him and Moreno. They both offer something different, but that's what we want, isn't it? We want players who are on a similar level to compete for positions.
Yeah, I think he stays primarily because we spent a decent amount of money on him, 20 odd million.
He's on fat wages.
He's on big wages. I can't see us getting anywhere near the money back for him, and plus, like I say, he's on big wages. Anyone going to offer them wages? And so for me, he sticks around at Villa, and he'll still be key for Villa. I think he'll be key to
play a role.
He'll play a role, and he'll compete with Moreno, and he'll play his fair share of games as well. So yeah, for me, he stays.
Yeah, I like Luca Dean. Alex Moreno, on that topic, again, I think he'll probably start the season. I think he's first choice,
he will.
And I don't see why not.
Yeah, absolutely. Moreno's been brilliant since he's come in, and again, a vital player in Unai Emery's system.
Yeah, got voted signing of the season in our awards show, so yeah, sticks around.
Yeah, Douglas Luiz,
again, very close for our player of the season. At the end of season awards, he will probably win player of the season, and to be fair, I can't argue with that. He's been incredible. He's developed massively, scored a few goals, assisting goals. Incredible player.
Yeah, he's been brilliant this season. His best season in a Villa shirt for me, and it's interesting really, because I think we all thought he was probably going to be going earlier on in the season, or in January and last summer. I mean, he was fairly close to moving to Arsenal at one point, wasn't he? And then out of nowhere, he signed that new deal. The one thing that's in my head a little bit is that I hope there's no release clause in his contract.
Yeah, there was talk about that when he signed that new deal, because it was so soon after he decided to stay. It's an interesting one, isn't it?
I don't think there is, but you never know, though, do you? And so who knows? But yeah, he stays all day long. If it was up to us, obviously he stays all day long. And again, another vital part of Villa's side, so we won't be looking to move him on at any time soon.
100%. I can see the names now. We've only got a few more left. Who have we got here? John McGinn stays. What a man. Love him. My favourite Villa player alongside Mings, I'd say. Sticks around. What a man.
Yeah, captain. He's grown into that leadership role, hasn't he?
100%.
I think at the start of the season we were all wondering whether he was real sort of captain's material, but yeah, what a man, and
proved
he's
himself.
Been brilliant recently.
I love John McGinn. Got a bit of everything, and he's a great bloke as well.
Next up is my favourite player, Robin Olsen.
I don't. We slag him off. Do you know what? He deserves it. Like, he's horrific. He needs to be the first one to go. Nothing personal. We're not digging out players. I'm sure he's a great bloke, but he's a terrible goalkeeper. He kept a clean sheet against Tottenham. He didn't have to do anything. He makes mistakes. He concedes goals. He has to be replaced.
I feel like in all seriousness about Robin Olsen is that he needs. I think he needs to play first team football. I feel like he needs to be somewhere playing first team football, though, where he's gonna get this jitteriness or nervousness out of his system a little bit, because coming in once every 20 odd games or something like that, it's not easy, and so it's not going to help that how he is. But unfortunately for Villa, we need a competent number two, and the problem with Olsen, when he's come in, he hasn't looked like that competent number two. And so I think for his sake, and I think for Villa's sake, I think we need to try and move him on and try and improve in that area, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, we're wishing the best, but it's a good shout, actually. He just does need to go and play first team football, and good luck to him. Is this the last one? Oh. I think there's two more then. Who are we going to go with? John Duran. This is an interesting one as well. I'd like to see him go and play football, like on loan somewhere. I'm quite surprised that he hasn't played in like the under-21s or anything this season. Yeah. Again, not playing in the first team either, really. 5 minutes doesn't really count for me. I think he's incredibly raw, and that's to be expected. He didn't even play that many games in the MLS for Chicago, so I want to go and see him play football, whether that's in the Championship, whether that's abroad. I just want to see more from John Duran. Score a couple of goals as well. Why not? That's what he's here for.
I think he's extremely raw, and I think when he comes on, you can see that he plays with that sort of naivety or that sort of aggression he has in him. I mean, he loves the yellow card.
He's like a young puppy, isn't he?
Yeah, and I respect that. You know, he's a young lad, and we've got to give him time and a chance. And he's built well, and I'm sure he can, with a bit of coaching, he can become a good player. I'm
Who's
sure
better to do that though? Unai Emery. So,
but I feel like he needs to play football though. I do,
yeah,
and so for me, I would try and move him out on loan. And obviously with Camacho, as we've already said, we keep Camacho around, so it's kind of a like for like, isn't it? Really, John Duran moves out on loan, and Camacho comes back into the fold. I think that's what I would do personally.
Yeah.
And then the last but not least, is a controversial one for some people, but Leon Bailey.
I think he sticks around. Some people might expect him to go in the summer, but I think Traoré going that we think he would. We said that at the start. But I think, yes, that's the area of the pitch we're probably going to invest in at the start of the summer window. But I think Leon Bailey, an extra pre-season, hopefully injury-free, a bit more consistency. The output's very good from him already, but even more goals, more assists, sticks around for me.
Yeah, I think it's the area we're talking about we need to strengthen. We need to improve our strength in depth. And so if we're saying that Traoré is probably not good enough and he'll be moved out, we're not going to get rid of Bailey as well, are you? And so I think we bring somebody in that area without a doubt. I think that'll be the main target as we start the summer. But I think Leon will still be around. I think he'll still play his fair share of games, if I'm being honest. And let's hope, with under Emery's sort of guidance, he can become better and more consistent than he already is. So yeah, he'll stick around, I'm sure of it.
I agree. I'm just going to make sure it's like the FA Cup this. I'm just making sure there's no more balls in
there.
There
isn't. There is not.
If you have enjoyed this video, again, please do smash a like on it. If you do disagree on any, let us know in the comments, because I'm interested to see what you guys are saying actually. Any individual players, let us know what you're thinking. Please do subscribe to the channel. Go and check out the other recent videos we've done, the end of season awards video, everything like that. Go and check that out. Without further ado, thank you very much for listening. Thank you very much for watching. Up the Villa.